welcome back to the Adventures in Silvernell, the homebrewed fantasy world setting for our online game of Dungeons & Dragons 5e. I'm your Game Master, Scott Nicholson. What's up, players? Speaking of players, let's say hello to ours, Erica Webb.
Hi.
Michael Jackson.
I am safely in my home.
Tanner Messer.
I'm in my home, but not safe.
Blair Witch Project. Ben Dale.
Help me, I'm just a lost. Help me, I'm a lost guy.
Ben is in the fucking woods, apparently. The fuck? This is an evil villain campaign, and that means and this is new, guys, it's rated M for death, destruction, loss of hope, foul language, sex, betrayal, pleasure in others' pain. That was a good one. This is episode 31 of Dragontooth Academy. Let's fucking get into this thing. Alright everybody, welcome back. If you're watching us on Twitch, make sure you use those rooter points. The more you watch, the more you comment, the more you say shit, the more you subscribe. You can build those rooter points, those channel points on Twitch, and you can use them to make things happen in the game. Last time, we filled up a big bar to make an item change. Ben Dale got it, and I think we upgraded, what was the sword called, Ben?
The King Expo sword, the king who Culverlack overthrew.
Yes, and what was the, what do we add, 2d10? 2d12 damage?
2d10 base damage on a hit.
Yes, so every time he hits with that sword, he now adds another 2d10. So let's say he gets nat 20, that's just automatically 20 more damage. So that's upgraded. We appreciate it, everybody who donated that. But enough of that bullshit. There is another one. This one is more. I think this one's like 75,000 rooter or whatever. I don't remember what it is, but it's much bigger. The winner of this one will get to choose one of their ability scores and boost it all the way to 20. Ooh, oh my God. Is that broken, Mr. GM? I think so. So spend that rooter points. I'm looking at you, Silver Fox. I'm looking at you, BB Grimes. I'm looking at you, Blue. I'm looking at all y'all. Make sure you use that. If you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, make sure you like, subscribe, share, go outside, take your clothes off, paint it all over your body, and run into the highway. But be careful, there are cars. But enough of that crap. Let's talk about what happened last time on episode 30. The squad and Vis Priest successfully decimated the hero trespassers on No Man's Cry, a territory that is too close for comfort for the secret underwater kingdom of Azir. Our villains also scared off the Man of Iron, a being of pure iron and metal that has been seen before in Dragontooth, this very school year actually, scanning the perimeters of the furnace. Penny uses her wand of power to charm a small battalion of Summit soldiers, who leads the party inside the Summit base. Posters of all the Dragontooth students line the walls, showing all of them are wanted villains in the eyes of Summit and probably in the world. Further in, they discover Summit knows all about Dragontooth Academy now. They know about Fatal and Cthulhu, and they are actively trying to catch Fatal to cover up for their egregious mistake. The charmed Summit Commander Rakshita only has so much access to the mechanical device that can show more information about Summit. Perhaps if our villains could prove they are heroes, they could gain access, special access. Well, after they take some tests, it is certain everyone is a villain, including Bognak T lost in the woods. Well, with the help of the machine, everyone now sees Cthulhu is heading at neck-break speed towards the kingdom of Vail. I can only imagine what's going to happen there. The small Summit militia joins the party's side. Kamapa transforms into an airship They attach some balloons and fire canisters and wave goodbye to their new ally, Vispriest, as they rise up into the air. Kamappa and the new villains of Silvernell now fly directionless through the clouds a mile above the Silver Seas. How will they stop Cthulhu? Or do they wish to stop her at all? The material world of Silvernell now lies before our party. What destruction awaits us? Welcome back. It's your game. Take it away.
First a complaint from the audience. BB Graham said he don't see no option for this stat boost. He trying to send monies.
You don't
There's
see
that.
it?
No, I also don't see it. So
Okay.
there's that.
Maybe I didn't activate it. Ha! Tricked you.
We want to spend our money.
It'll be for next time then.
Okay. Save it for later's.
Yeah, save it. It will be up there. So yeah, just to describe, you
We're in the
guys are
sky.
in an airship. You're up in the air. We'll say Cleonile is standing at the bow of the ship, just kind of with her hands out, very Titanic. Morton's owl is trying to make sure she doesn't fall. Russ is like inside the guts with B. And then the rest of you are up there. Will Hamming's got the steering wheel. Actually, before we begin, I will say B rushes out of the guts on top of the ship.
Stop saying the guts.
Why?
Are we on a real ship? Isn't the mimic the balloon?
No.
Because the balloon popped in the beginning of the mimic, right?
No, the Kamappa is the ship. The balloons are real.
Oh, I thought we took the flying blimp,
No.
right? But we burned the balloon.
They
Are we
took
on the
the
Kamappa
balloons
ship?
off of that ship. That ship was decimated. That airship was destroyed. Kamappa stared the whole time at the ship and became the ship. And then you took, because the whole problem was that Kamappa couldn't actually make combustion, couldn't make fire.
Right.
And even if they did and their body became the balloon, they would just burn themselves. So the balloons were used on Kamappa. So it's half Kamappa, half balloons. So
Got
literally
it.
in the guts. But B's running out
Now
of the
I
guts.
understand.
B, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit.
Already?
That was a 9.
B, as
Oh,
you
no.
rush out of inside the ship onto the deck and go to the side, you just start vomiting profusely over the side of the ship. You see the vomit fall through the clouds all the way down to the Silver Seas.
As soon as she throws up, she just kind of watches puke descend, slowly just goes, nice. I feel better. And turns around and walks back into the guts. Yep.
Yeah.
Russ is like, how you feeling?
I felt better, but I've definitely felt worse, so
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty fucking good too.
I bet you are, Russ. I bet you are.
Russ
Got him.
is gonna say, I think I'm gonna get some sun. I'm just gonna go up on the deck, and I know I've got a long way to travel, so I'm just gonna lay out and play it cool.
Just kind of nods and then covers her mouth with her hand again and is kind of okay, one second, I'll be back. And runs back over to the end of the ship to throw up again.
Russ is gonna walk over to Livia. What the hell's her deal?
I don't know, Russ. Why how long has she been puking?
I mean, she didn't puke yesterday. She's just puking this morning. I wonder what she ate.
I thought we've just been living off these good berries that Penny's giving us. I didn't know we had food.
We don't have food. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and B will eat just about anything.
As this conversation
you.
is going on, you see B pull out of her hair an old rat kebab from Dragontooth. The rat is almost I don't know, it's pieces of it are falling off. It's rotting. It's rotting
That
flesh.
makes me nauseous.
And she takes a big bite of that as well. It's not even a bite. It's more of just ooze
A slurp,
and
'cause
pus.
it's all
Yeah.
soupy. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And that just kind of
My
drips
visuals are
down
right
her
there
face.
with you.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And then she
I'm
just
witnessing
takes
that.
one bite and then it's kind of and like chokes a little bit again, and then stuffs it back in her hair to save for later.
If we don't stop her, or at least make her throw up over this ship, she's liable to eat her own throw up, Russ.
General Rakshita is going to walk over to Penny.
Terrible imagery.
Penelope, Flora, what is your next command? And there
Well,
goes Ben again.
I think we need to figure out where we're gonna go. I think Bognak's hometown of Winkle Dinkle. Oh God, its name escapes me, but I think it's pretty close here. So I think maybe stopping there is our best bet. It's close to the shore or close to the coast, and I really don't have a game plan. I just, I did just graduate and all. This whole free world thing is new to me. But I do have some questions for you. I'd like to gain some intel if you have any.
I'd like to point out that none of us here are navigators. Commander Glore murdered the navigator during that confrontation, so all of us are kind of just going where the wind takes us, so to speak. We were hoping one of your party can navigate.
Oh, we got a guy for that. Oh God, I'm gonna hate saying this. Will,
Huh?
you're captain of this ship with Bognak. I assume you got us to the islands. We're trying to get to Bognak's hometown. I assume you know where that is. You're his best friend and all. Can you head us in that direction with Kamapa?
Well, as Will's holding onto the steering wheel, he's like spinning it, but like nothing. The ship's not moving.
Oh, it does
I'm
do
not
this
really
thing.
sure. I mean, I'm used to dealing with rudders and the wind and the waves, but I can't even see the waves from up here in the clouds. I think I'm a little out of my element.
You just stand there and look pretty then. And Penny turns around. She kind of takes a moment. She's like, how does this ship fly? Like, we built this thing, but I don't think it
Ben, what
works
is going on with your camera?
I don't think it works in theory. So I'm like, can we direct this ship? Is there a way to... There's a ship.
So
also in the
Will
sky.
is going to tell you he cannot direct while in the clouds. Like he can like direct from the stars when it becomes night, but it is currently like 2 p.m. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Okay.
I was trying to avoid breaking and entering charges. So sorry about that game.
I am waiting for the cops to still show up. Like, and we're like, ooh.
No, I got the alarm code.
No audio.
It has been a crazy time already, but before we went to the bathroom break, we were all discussing how the shit this ship works. So, back at you.
Yeah. So we have a mimic that cannot fly itself, attached to balloons that hold it in the air. So, like, do we need like wind? How would a regular airship fly? I guess I don't know that either. I look at Rakshita. How do you normally make an airship go in a direction? Is it like a fire? Is it magically propelled? Normally they're on water, so I'm already at a loss that it's in the air.
So, you will notice that there are big, like, wing sails off the side that can be adjusted.
Winged sails. Okay, great. So we need some sort of propulsion. I'm gathering all the guards and the party, so we're all like in a place together, congregated. We need to pool our resources. It seems that we have a slight issue. We need to get some energy to move us from where we are now to a new location. Does anyone have any suggestions, preferably magical means? I'm mostly polling the people who I don't know, the new guards and all that.
General Rakshita is going to go ahead and reintroduce everybody. Commander Texini, Commander Glore. This is Warrant Officer Zergay. This is Staff Sergeant Cone. And this is Private Horrid and Private Wiffle. None of them can navigate.
Great names, though.
Can any of them do magic? A little gust
yeah.
spell. That's good.
Let's see who can do the magic.
Magic's a start.
Yeah.
It will volunteer and say, "Well, I'm pretty strong, so if you need somebody to move this ship with brute strength, I got you."
B is such a bro.
Actually, I had some other ideas for you, B. Perhaps you and Russ could work on some navigation. I know you have a proclivity with animals. Maybe you could help us with that sort. If we could get something, a bird or something that can give us some, options. And I figure Russ has a magical things he can do, and I'm sure he will love to help you with this project. If you can find, where we're going. We just need to find land right now, but that'd be our best bet. You're the animal girl, so good job for you.
Me and Russ are on it.
Appreciate it.
Russ kind of sits up from his beach towel on the deck.
Yeah, I mean, I can summon some flying creatures to pull this bad boy, but where are we going?
Have you heard of Wingding City?
Yeah.
Coast of Silvernail? We're heading there.
But where?
Like direction?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? Well, I guess we'd be going east. One direction is the end of the world, so not that way. And then the other is, I assume, land. So
As you look out in the clouds, you just see ocean in every direction.
Which way's east?
that's a
Is
good question.
is there a way of knowing this world, based on the stars, like based on like a star cartography or something? And
Yeah,
We
but
want
it's-
to go east.
It's 2:00
Um,
in the afternoon. You can't see stars.
Okay. Well, does the sun rise and set in a certain direction, or does
No.
it? No. That's what a horrifying existence.
Does the water fall off? Flow a certain way towards the edge of the earth, the
Plane.
Because
Flat-
someone knows a flat thing. Does the water fall off?
I don't think any of you would know that.
Okay, B says fuck this, and
Question?
B is gonna wild shape into a hawk and fly up to see if she can, I guess, fly away from the ship and kind of figure out which way the land is.
And seeing B do that, Livia is going to cast Find Familiar and summon a little demon hawk. That's just Bubbles, just in a different form.
You and your familiar.
Okay, both of you roll perception checks.
In the wrong
And it better
fucking
be
way.
the highest shit in the world. Because
Oh, hell
B,
yeah,
what's
I got
the
a
hawk's
21.
perception?
yeah, you don't
What's
see
the
anything.
plus on the hawk?
You are days away from land.
Oh, fuck it. I am gonna start heading
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a D4 and just head in a random direction.
Okay?
Can I do an animal instinct check with my hawk, and so it can kind of maybe decipher direction based on I don't know, some weird hawk sense shit?
No, because it's not a real animal. It's a magical familiar, so it's not like it lives in the world.
Okay, I rolled a 3, so this side of the boat that I was already standing on, while I'm wild shaped, I just start heading that direction. Just start flying that direction. So I'll see you guys later.
Which side of the boat is that?
I'm
You
sending
pointed
side
my
at
hawk
the
off
this
with
side.
B.
Okay, so if you see our map where I'm standing right now,
Oh, I guess we look at
I'm
a map.
doing north, south, east, and west depending on the way that our boat is facing right now. So I rolled a 3, so she starts flying this direction where she's headed.
I realize there's a
How
map. I
long?
see it.
Okay, so just to let you know, the ship is still moving. So how long are you going to fly in that direction?
While.
Let it be known that I'm sending my hawk off with B on her endeavor.
No, send it a different direction. We can cover
Yeah.
more ground that way.
Yeah, I'll send it the opposite way, B.
Yeah.
So on the other side of the boat.
Okay. All right.
Gonna figure this shit out one way or other.
What would everybody
Yeah.
else like to do while Bee and the Hawk fly for hours upon hours upon hours?
I'm sitting there meditating, going through my hawk's vision to like look. I'm looking for like land masses, just any island as well. If it's more than just sea, because we got to have some form of a resting point. As like I'm thinking.
Okay, so you're going, and your Hawk's going in what direction on this like map that we're? Because she went south on this map.
Yeah, so it's going north on the map.
It's going north on the map. Okay. All right. Cool. You guys flying in that direction? All right. What is everybody else doing on the ship? You guys are going to
Bye.
be flying. a while.
Penny will send her bugs to do the same, but going in the direction the ship's already headed, just so they're in front of us, just to give us a heads up if they peep something before we do. But she's just gonna let the ship kind of float. She personally needs to take a rest, so her and Morton's out through a fuck ton of spells in that last fight. So Clea now's in charge. She's the one staying awake while the other two begin to take a long rest.
3 questions. 1, how
Three
far
answers.
can your familiar go, Livia, before it's out of reach of communication?
I thought it was 3 questions for me. I was so prepared, and I was like, oh.
And then the second question is for MJ, same for your bugs. And then the third question is for B, how long does your wild shape last?
I know one of those questions off the bat, and it's not mine. Hold on. Look, you got mine.
Also, while those questions,
Oh, I can only telepathically do stuff with it through up to like 100 feet, so not far at all as far as it got into it.
Can
But I
last
feel like
for an hour.
Yeah.
So
Wait, what lasts for an hour?
So
Or no, the
next,
casting time's an hour. The duration is like until my familiar's like dead, or I call it
so
that.
I imagine, Livia, you're telling your bird just to go, and then when it sees land, come back. I will say, by the time your bird is going to return, your ship is in a drastically different place, so it will not be able to find your ship. So that bird will be lost. B, are you just flying out 30 minutes and then coming back 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, this is chaos. B, oh, this is going to be a difficult check. Roll an investigation check. Please be good.
We have history with intelligence. We have a history with intelligence checks, and it's not good for us.
11.
Oh no. Okay. As B flies out on the bird, times it to be about 30 minutes, and then flies back. The ship has kept going, and you cannot find the ship. Your wild shape's going to end, and you're going to plummet down to the ocean.
Awesome. I love water.
As you look out, B, you are in the middle of the vast fucking ocean. And what about you, Penny, with your bugs?
It doesn't seem to have a range. It comes from my warlock things. They're just like a part of me, but they're just going in front of the boat. So I imagine they wouldn't go extremely far, like a couple hundred feet, but they can stay in communication as long as they don't die.
Okay.
So I'm good on my end, but again, mine are just going in front of the boat. So the least stressful path to take, because it's in front of us. We'll catch up.
Bognak should wake up from his short rest and be like, "Oh, guys, we navigating? What is the red beacon still there? Don't we just go the opposite direction of that big red beacon in the sky?"
Do we see a beacon?
Is that big red beacon still a Dragontooth? Yeah, as long as we just go the opposite direction of that, we should be good. Hey, where's B?
She like
Clea
blew
now.
off like an hour ago.
Yeah, Clea now's at the front of the boat.
So it is
Yeah.
now
my
about
God.
3:10 p.m. That big red beacon, if you look on your map here, is on the north part of this map. So way off in that direction.
so that means the beacon's moving as well. So it's not like a fixed.
Does that mean B went in the right direction? If that's the opposite direction of the beacon and B went down, did B go the right way? Instinctually? Wow, that's good.
I don't know.
Well, okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do now that I'm in the fucking water is I'm gonna use my other slot to wild shape, and I'm gonna wild shape into an octopus, and I can breathe underwater for as long as I want. Now I'm gonna head back in that same direction.
Okay. All right. Swimming in the water. Sweet. Far out. Yep. Still going strong. Let me look at my map.
We've lost B.
Did we ever have B? B was just near us at all times. B is really a wild animal we let off the leash. No one should be surprised here.
Literally.
Okay.
Just puke into the water a little bit in octopus form.
Yeah, you're definitely puking into the water.
I already hate the water too, and I'm sick, so I'm having the best time.
B, you're gonna see in the water a bunch of figures swimming in formation, maybe 200-300 feet from you to your left, kind of going underground to you see some like landmass.
Okay, well, I am an octopus, so hopefully they're not going to think anything is suspicious, and I am going to continue swimming that direction.
Okay.
Not engage with those people.
Okay, as you get closer, you see they are a bunch of shark people. Shark folk.
Yay.
Oh, they might
For
be
them,
hungry.
I fucking hate shark people. So I'm going to continue to ignore them.
Cannon.
You look like nobody.
Okay, so you're ignoring them completely?
Yes.
What about
I would like to be on land as soon as possible, because I am not a fan of water in or out of wild shape.
They're swimming to a landmass. Do you want to go towards that landmass?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're swimming towards there. Livia, your bird is lost.
Yeah, I'm just gonna end the spell.
Okay.
You never have to in this spell. You can bonus action to make it go away, and bonus action to make it come back.
Penny, your bugs start to tell you you're how far in front of the ship are the bugs?
I'll say 500 feet. They're just like out there, just like.
All of a sudden, your bugs start to suffocate with lack of air.
It's fun.
And as you guys look down, way out in the distance, roll a perception check.
Oh, I guess it's
I don't know that I like this.
Oh, clear night.
24. No, 23.
Perception.
6.
6. That's okay.
18.
Livia already pretty much got it. Penny, you notice your bugs start losing air and then die. And Livia, you can clearly see the big bright blueness that is the ocean. It ends way up there in the direction you're going. You're going straight towards the edge of the world, into space. The dark, lifeless
guys,
space.
I think we should turn this ship around. We're heading towards, I think, what is space?
It's on deck.
So
I'm
now you can make the
I
assumption.
urgently trying to, I'm like, how do I start turning this motherfucker around? Who knows how to do that?
Mappa. Penny wakes up very starkly, like from a bad nightmare, as if she just watched her bugs die and felt it. Not amused. She did get a short rest though, because she got the hour. And she's going to. She's sitting on top of the ship, and she's kind of annoyed. And she's like, she gathers what's happening. She walks to the innards, as it were, and she just gives it a nice little rub. She goes, Kamappa, it's time to do your thing. And she casts Fly on Kamappa and lets him gain the ability to direct himself, like we did last time. But now, and I'm just like, go.
Those wing sails. Kind of does it, just kind of starts making a semicircle so close to the edge of the world that you're almost like 20 feet from where oxygen drops off, and you can almost see out into space, the nothingness of whatever is outside of Silvernell. You dodge it ever so slightly, avoiding the TPK, and just kind of
And to
spin
think-
yourself back around.
Some people think our world is round. Fools.
A TPK if I'm in the ocean, motherfuckers. Haha.
We all just play shark people now. We all just play shark people and fall asleep.
Okay, B, you swim up upon the shore of this random island. As you get up onto the sand, you see a big congregation of shark folk going into this big cave. Seems to be like a campfire, like a little village set up. And then to the left...
The first thing that she's going to do is unwild shape out of the octopus form because she does not like being aquatic creatures because aquatic equals water, not her thing. Does one of those like dog shakes that dogs do like after they get a bath or after they've been in like a body of water, like on all fours and just kind of like shakes all the water off of her. Just kind of, she's gonna watch from a distance. I don't know why she's gonna be careful in this one moment of her life, but she isn't just gonna run in and engage with them. She's just gonna watch them. She doesn't really want to fuck with shark people if she doesn't have to.
Yeah.
So, kind of just observe them, see what's going on, and try to stay out of their, like, line of sight as well.
They seem to just be, trading, living. Looks like they're doing small little tasks. It looks kind of just like a normal day. You see off in the distance, this priest kind of walks up and people are talking to him. They seem to be celebrating something as this priest is telling a story. And then far off to the left, it's just like jungle on this island that's kind of away from their little civilization.
Okay, well, since she recognizes this, she will walk up slowly and see if she can overhear. She has an idea of what story he might be sharing, but she wants to go up and kind of like eavesdrop a little bit too before she like decides to speak to them.
Do you speak Aquan?
No.
So you hear something, but you can't understand what they're saying.
Okay. Since she saw them kind of trading some stuff, she's gonna pull out the 4 bright white potions that she has in her hair. She's gonna pull them out and kind of carefully drop them on the ground, right in front of Viz, since Viz already knows. And just kind of look up at him and just nod a little bit at him and not say anything.
Okay, so as you walk up, there are a bunch of shark folk that are just like immediately spears out, seeing this halfling, dirty, now kind of clean, I guess, walk up.
Sadly.
Viz is going to put out his hand for them to drop their spears. He's going to speak in common. Girl, what are you doing here?
You don't remember me?
I remember you. I'm not great with names. Bag? Big?
Close enough. Definitely not big. I'm kind of on the small side. But we'll go with it. Yeah, I don't know where the fuck I am. I figured maybe I could give you guys this for some information, maybe kind of like a little trade. I don't know what the fuck these are, but I don't really have use for them, so here you go. Maybe do a little trade for some information.
You're on Sharkfood Island. How did you get here? I thought you were on your ship.
I was. But then I flew a little bit, swam a little bit. I'm here. So I'm just trying to figure out where the fuck I am or where the fuck I need to be.
Well, is the rest of your party still on their ship? Have they abandoned ship?
It's me. Wish I could tell you.
Well, you're safe to stay with us here. Unfortunately, you're not allowed down to the kingdom of Azir, but you can stay on Sharkfood Island, and then we can try to locate your allies. Perhaps we can get you to shore.
Kind of shrugs and says, "That sounds fine with me. I don't do too well in kingdoms, anyways. I'm kind of uncouth, as they say. I don't really mix well with royalty, so
Her vocabulary has gotten so good.
Right? Ooh, that was a big one for me.
Yeah.
Oh, Sharkfood Island, right? Any food that you guys are speaking of? I've been feeling kind of sick recently. My stomach's kind of empty. I could definitely use something to eat.
Yeah, a couple of the shark folks start poking at Viz. You can tell a lot of them are visibly upset, pointing at you. They do not like land walkers.
Well, I don't like ocean swimmers either, so B could give a single fuck about what they think about her. B is not intimidated whatsoever.
Yes,
Viz is
correct.
gonna start talking to him. He's obviously explaining this story, kind of imitate the Man of Iron or whatever. He's gonna completely change their mind to a point where they all want to come up to you and like examine you and like lift your hair and like shake your hand and like pick you up, and like people are starting to get really excited to see you. So much so that they're going to pick you up and put you in this big, like, wooden and bamboo chair. And they're just going to, like, lift you up and set you on top of this hut. And they're just going to start bringing you different fish. And Viz is going to, like, lean up and look at you and be like, they're so excited that you were able to get rid of the heroes on No Man's Cry. You're becoming a legend, Big.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I don't know
big
what the
legend.
fuck any of that means, but I'll take the fish as she like is taking that, and she's almost, her cheeks are full like as she's saying this, so she's kind of like muffled. She's like, fuck yeah, this is what I deserve, you guys. I love the land.
The shark folk are going to start chanting, big, 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 big. And they're just going to, like,
She's
start
like-
shoving fucking aquatic animals at your face. You're going to have a smorgasbord of sushi, my man. Meanwhile,
She's like,
back
kind of into it, kind of not. I mean, they are fish. Nothing like a rat kebab, but she is hungry, so she'll take it.
back on the ship has made a complete 180 into the opposite direction. You guys are now going east instead of west.
Livia's just like literally laying on Kumapa, just like on her back, thinking out loud. She's like, okay, so like, which one of y'all talk to Kumapa? Like, can tell Kumapa things? Which are there multiple people that can do that? He's flying right now, right?
You can like talk to Kamapa. Anyone can talk to Kamapa. Who he listens to is up to Kamapa. You know,
Oh,
yeah. But you know, I like to
Kamapa,
get in.
get us
Yeah, you
to
can just do it here.
land. Get us to land.
I mean, yeah, in theory, if we just go this way, we'll hit the other side of the world. So we'll hit land eventually. It's not the best navigation, but I will say, assuming that red dot's not moving, that red beam's not moving, if we have a map of Silvernell, maybe we can use that to navigate?
You ever just feel like you're gonna be really late to the party?
Yeah. That
Yeah,
happens all the time.
we're kind of behind Cthulhu, aren't we?
But
I
like,
mean, Kumapa, he had like a sense of
Through the
direction
party.
when taking us to the islands, right? So I mean, Kumapa, do you know where you are right now? Have you sailed these seas? What's going on? What did he say, y'all?
Penny, you're gonna recognize that he said he didn't do shit. Will Hamming drove towards the islands.
he said that was all Will. Kamapa had no part in that, and Will did mention those islands, so I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Kamapa kind of is just a vehicle for us to use. I don't think they really have much say in what they can do in forms. You know.
I guess. Bognak, will you talk to your little spectral buddy and see what he can do right now? Is there a way that he can tell which way the wind's blowing?
I mean,
Get a direction.
He's all of our spectral buddies. And I believe he said earlier that he can't tell if he's not on the sea. I think is what he was saying when I had to go take a very sudden nap. So, but that's why I'm saying, like, if we can use the beacon as a guiding point, we just need guiding points in the sky. It's just a different environment, you know, like.
That is true.
And if we get close to the land, maybe, I don't know if any of y'all are from Wingding City, but you know when you're getting close to Wingding City, it's a happy place. You can smell cinnamon and treats and just joyous songs from the streets. It's a good time.
That sounds horrible, Bognak.
You
Yeah,
know,
it
none of
explains-
us have been to Winding City.
it explains a lot about me, doesn't it, huh? In hindsight. We were the toughest gang in Wingding. That's anything.
That's saying a lot, I suppose.
Okay,
There's
for
a
sure.
there's a chance we don't hit Wingding City. If we're just, aiming for land, we could hit anything on the coast. We really won't have a say. We'll have to kind of figure out where we land when we get there. Very Christopher Columbus, if that were a saying around here.
In theory, if there's a way that we can just assure we keep going in a straight line, we will hit land. We just don't have much say in where it's going to be.
Will's
Yep.
going to tell
Okay,
you
well-
if we can land this ship in the water, he should be able to
I was-
navigate us where we need to go.
I was about to say, Kumapa, can you fly down towards the water? Can you do your thing, buddy?
Kamapa will respond to Penny and say, if you stop those fire canisters, which levitates us, then we can descend into the water.
Yeah, if the plans to go down, I will turn to Rakshita and her men. Can you turn off your balloons, please? We're going to take an alternate approach, it seems.
She's going to demand that the warrant officer Zergay turn off or slow down the fire canisters. They're going to do it. It's going to start to deflate, and the ship's slowly going to descend back down from the clouds, making its way towards the ocean.
But at least we have balloons for an emergency escape if we ever need it.
Sure.
Correct.
Also, where's B?
Meanwhile, back on
That's a
Sharkfood
good
Island,
question.
big,
Wouldn't you like to know?
big. So this priest is going to be like, well, what do you want us to do for you, Big? Do you want us to reconnect you with your allies?
No, that
ask
sounds
her
all
that.
nice and dandy and everything, but really like some gold. If you guys got any extra gold laying around, is that a thing that shark people are into?
No, we don't collect gold.
Shame, it's pretty fun. You guys should try it out sometime.
We trade in shells.
Shells. What's a shell?
And they're going to pull out this gorgeous sapphire sparkly shell. But you wouldn't be
Ooh.
interested in this.
I mean, I can see the draw. It is pretty shiny. Really want to take it. I don't think I will.
Bee's biting her lip. at
I
the
know. B just
show.
says, let me see that
Cool.
real quick. Would you mind?
Well, these are specifically for the people of the ocean. This is how we trade. I don't believe you'll have any use for this, especially as you said, someone who doesn't enjoy being in the water.
You know, I'm more of a tangible type of girl. You know, maybe if I could just hold it for a second, I could see the value that you guys hold in objects like these. I've never seen anything like this before.
Roll a deception check, because I know your ass just wants to steal it.
It's a dirty 20.
Well, perhaps just for a moment.
Ah, of course, yes. B will take it. She'll like a little blow on it, and she'll puff it off on her shirt. She'll just stick it on top of her head, like a crown, kind of almost, but just on the top of her head. And she's like, I'm starting to get the appeal.
One of the shark folk is going to speak to Viz and be like, my friend Nipsey would like to offer his dolphins as a mode of transportation if you wish to leave the island.
No. Sounds like a pretty good idea, but I'm kind of enjoying the way I'm being treated here right now. Do you think I could take you up on that offer in a little bit? I'm kind of enjoying this comfy chair and these fish and these jewels, shells, you know. And she kind of brushes it back into her hair just ever so slightly to see if they'll notice it disappear into the abyss of her scalp.
Yes, take your time. You are a national treasure amongst the shark folk in the kingdom of Azir. Perhaps when the story gets back to the kingdom, perhaps they would even allow a special visitation for the one who has saved No Man's Cry. That is, of course, if your allies are not missing you. Cut back to the ship. Russ is freaking the fuck out. What do you mean she just flew off?
Yeah,
Russ, you were there, weren't you?
I was busy. I had to go underground for gut stuff.
Gut stuff does
We all
take up
make
your time.
Euphemism.
Look, I am not flying this ship any further until we find her.
Well, we're not flying any further either, so I concur.
Do not try me,
Yeah.
Livia. I know you have a face that I want to put things in, but I will break this ship apart until we find her.
It's okay, little man. We got this.
Russ, how does breaking the ship get you to B?
I don't know. She just went in a direction. Wild shapes don't even last that long.
Right, so she probably didn't get that far, so let's calm down. How would you find B? I'm sure you have your ways.
Yeah, you know her best out of all of us. You can
Alright.
think like B.
Let
What
me
would B do?
let me see. Let me think about this.
You ain't got low jack on your girlfriend? I put a track on her. If I were you.
Right?
Locate Bay. Where's she at?
Does he have locate creature, but just for B?
A 360 on B. Find my friends on B.
You guys not share your location? I mean, that's pretty healthy, I guess. Like, you don't.
He's going to tell you he has the spell locate creature, but it only works within 1,000 feet.
Oh.
And it only lasts for an hour. So that's still a drop in the bucket.
I mean, what else do we have to go off of?
You
Does
just know
anybody
which
know
way
which?
she went.
Yeah, which way did she go?
That'd be
She went
down.
south.
Yeah.
Y'all also flipped the ship around, so whatever you thought was before, it's like flipped now from everyone's perspective.
It's still
So keep that in
south.
mind. I know, but keep that in mind, motherfuckers. I don't want y'all going the wrong direction.
So if she flew
So
out
we don't
south
all.
and then we traveled for 30 minutes, when we turn around, when we travel another 30 minutes, theoretically that is the line. Yes?
Correct. So then we go
Theoretically,
that
yes.
way and follow where B went. Because you know she just kept going straight.
That is probably true.
Then that's what I gotta do.
He's going to jump up on the side of the ship. Good
Russ,
luck.
you'll get there a lot faster. No, Russ, no. Oh, God.
We're in the
You just
water.
see him disappear through the clouds.
I miss Nerd Russ. Does anybody else miss Nerd Russ? We just hung out at the library. Like,
We were so close to the water already. You didn't have to jump in. It was just
I
dramatic.
regret-
I know.
I
We
regret
gotta be
giving him
landing
that.
in the water by now.
I regret giving him that boner, is all I'm saying. I won't tell him that, but guys. It's,
Watching
He's been such a little prick ever since.
All right, it is now around 4 o'clock. Russ and B are off the ship. It's just you guys and your small battalion. What do you want to do? The ship lands in the water. The balloons deflate. The little battalion takes the balloons and the canisters down. Will recognizes that he can move the rudders now, and he can use the ocean and the wind to navigate towards the shore. He tells you it'll be a little easier as he gets closer to the shore, which he is, but he can get like a rough area. He don't know if he can get right to Wemding, but he can probably get close to Cinder Island and then go around it to Wemding.
Okay,
Sounds-
well, that's good and all, but I think we should hit some of the local spots and kind of look for B and Russ at this point.
So like hard right?
What are the local spots? I'm not from this side of the world at all, so I'm not sure what local is. I think Bognak's
I mean,
our tour guide.
I mean, no, not really. Mostly from Wingding. It's really probably Will's alley, but I'll say, I mean, theoretically, Will, what's the closest body of land to where we are now after 30 minutes?
I mean, you've got Island Banter, Danny's Cove, Dark Island, Mermaid Pool, Sharkfood Island, Isle of Red. We can go
They're all equally
What's in
close.
No. I mean, the closest from where you just turned around, he would guess that you're kind of in the middle of Island of Fear, No Man's Cry, Isle of Red, and Sharkfood Island, and Island Banter. You're kind of in the middle of all five.
Oh,
Yeah,
which
which
one is
one?
in the direction that B swam?
If she went south, she's either Sharkfood Island or Danny's Cove.
Fucking Shark Food Island.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, we'll just pop from one to the other, right? If she's not at that one.
Sure, it's still gonna take a bit, but yeah.
Yeah, Penny and the crew are resting. Y'all are driving the ship. That has nothing to do with Penny. So y'all.
Yeah, because at this
when
point,
she wakes
Livia
up, y'all
also
take her.
had
That's
to-
fine.
Like I said, I
Yeah.
took a short rest in the hour B was flying as a hawk away.
Yeah, I got a short rest and I need my full one.
All right, cool.
But also,
So
Bee's a big girl. She'll be all right.
we'll make our way to
Yeah.
Sharkfood Island, and we'll take a quick 10-minute bathroom break. Come back and see if we get there.
Thank you.
All right, see everybody soon.
Big.
I mean, B's probably being.
That's
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Adventures in Silvernell Dragontooth Academy, episode 31. Hope you've had a good time. Right now, Kamappa has just made its way after, I'd say a good hour. I'd say now we're closer to 5 p.m. towards Sharkfood Island. But before you get there, B has been surrounded by dead fish gifts and food and shells. They're chanting. They have made a statue of B made out of these shells and palm leaves and stuff. But there's a big commotion because there is a big ship heading towards the island. So the shark folk are now forming a small army to defend their island. So as this ship is coming up, you will see shark folk popping out of the water, poking at Kamappa. Kamappa's going to scream in agony as these spears are stabbing from every end and just kind of stop in its track, maybe 400 feet from the shore.
I am asleep in the chair now. I have gorged myself with all the food. So, like, if they
Into a
pull up and
coma.
see me, I'm just like this. Like, there's some fish, like, hanging out the side of my mouth, and I'm just snoring loudly. So, I haven't even seen the statue or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, Kamappa is
Jesus,
going to
yeah.
halt.
I'm just yelling at the fish people. Viqui! 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 Do you guys want to say friend?
What are you saying? Viqui?
No, what's the guy's name? Our shark friend's name. What's his name?
This priest.
This priest! This priest! This priest? So sorry. I'm always going to call it Viqui. That's not even
Yeah,
intentional.
his name is an interesting one. Clea Nile is she's standing at the front of the ship, and she's like, oh, and she takes out her harmonica, and she starts to play a song, and she casts Silent Image, and she makes a giant picture of B. And she's like, boop! We're looking for our friend. She looks like this. She has a lot of hair. Have you seen her? And then she's just like, she's saying it in common, but she's like pointing, and she's gesturing at this giant 20-foot image, 15-foot cube image of B. And she's like, you seen our friend? Yeah, my other people are sleeping, so. You seen this girl?
So they seem unsure what to do. You can see there's a lot of commotion in the shark folk in the water. Is it, do they want to steal her? Are they coming after her? Are they friends with her? There's a lot of commotion, and they're all just kind of chilling and talking amongst themselves. And there's a lot of commotion on the beach. On the beach, they're going to wake you up, B, and it's Viz Priest. And he is going to apologize for waking you up and being like, are those your friends from earlier?
What friend? Oh, yeah. That's them. About time they showed up. Oh my god. And then B will be like, from her throne, and she's like, look at this shit! Even though they probably can't hear her, but she's like motioning to the fact that she's in this giant throne in front of all these people now.
Okay, so Viz Priest is going to just turn around to his allies and start talking into Aquan. But there seems to be an issue. A lot of the shark folk kind of like push back on Viz Priest and are yelling and screaming. You guys can't really... Does anyone speak Aquan out of this entire party?
That's a derivative of Primal? Yeah, no. I speak Sylvan. That's closest I got.
Yeah,
Abyssal
so-
starts with a name.
It looks like one of the shark folk is going to chain up Viz Priest. The shark folk are going to continue to poke at your ship and hold you guys hostage. And it looks like they're going to tie up Viz Priest and kind of put him against the cave wall. And this one's going to talk to everybody. This guy's much bigger. and just going to go on to this huge speech. You hear Viz Priest is going to yell out, they're upset. They don't believe that you all helped clear No Man's Cry. You have to understand, they're so tired of the people on the walking land crossing into their territory. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can convince them after everything you've done to help. There's nothing I can do. The big guy is just going to continue to give this big speech and get the crowd revved up.
Oh, well, that's okay. We really just want to come get our friend B, and then we'll go. We don't want to stay, actually. So, you don't have to fight us.
Also, maybe Russ, if you've seen him. He's around.
He's going to want to fight for sure. I don't know. Whenever he gets here, he's going to be livid.
Viz Priest is going to say something to the big guy. The big guy's going to turn and is going to walk over to B and just grab her by the hair. And start yelling out to everybody and just pull out this large machete and yell over to Viz Priest. And Viz Priest is going to say, he doesn't believe you. He says if he will sacrifice this one to show that the Landwalkers are nowhere allowed near the kingdom of Azir. Come one step closer and see for your fucking self.
As soon as they say that, since I rested all of my wild shape, that's reset. So I'm gonna wild shape into a giant shark as soon as that happens.
A giant shark?
Yep.
All right.
It's on there.
Okay, so you turn into a giant shark because this chair is on like a hut. It just breaks the chair and breaks the hut, and the shark just like falls down onto the land. So you are on the land.
And it's not, since now he's not holding me by my hair, I'm hoping the fact that I am now a shark will get all of them to calm down, and I'm gonna slowly start rolling over towards where everybody else is.
So yeah, you
also the water.
You crush the hut and just roll over constantly towards the beach until
What do they think now that I'm a shark, though? What do they think? Roll like an investigation check or a perception check for that.
For them?
Yeah, because I'm one of them
Yeah,
now.
to like get a reaction.
They're definitely watching in awe and like, what the fuck?
Dear God, worship me, bitches.
Viz Priest is yelling out to all of them. I will say the big guy goes to take Viz Priest, who's chained up, bring him towards the edge, and starts pointing at you, the shark in the ocean. And Viz is like, they're confused. At one side, they want to worship you because some of them believe that you did take the heroes off No Man's Cry, and you're obviously a fish, but they're very confused. They don't know if they should believe me or this guy. Is there anything you can do or say to convince them to trust me?
B,
it kind of sounds like a you problem, B says as she continues to roll towards the water.
Yeah, plop, you're in the ocean now.
Okay, hell yeah. How far am I from the ship?
400 feet.
Are these your people or not? I'm so confused, B. Are you one of them?
Who cares about him, Cleonile?
Now that I'm in the water, I can defeat or like turn. This happens to turn. Bring that out there.
Wait, say that again? You cut out? What'd you say again?
I said now that I'm a shark, I can now swim. I have like a swim speed of 50 feet. Just saying, in case this happens to turn into a fight.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to start swimming towards the boat.
Yeah.
Viz is definitely gonna tell you guys that he doesn't know how well he'll be able to convince them that you guys are heroes that got rid of the No Man's Cry, because this guy right here with a loud mouth keeps running his mouth and trying to talk them otherwise. But you can probably leave now and be safe. You just can't return. There's just nothing they can do without the power of this guy speaking. About that time, through the bushes, rises behind him.
Oh my god.
Hey, babe!
Fully naked. and just has 2 velociraptors behind him. Jumps on the back of that guy, so his cock's just right on the back of his neck. Velociraptor just grabs both his arms and rips his arm off as from the front, Russ just is like jabbing sticks through his eyes and says, "Run, guys!"
Well, that's one way to solve that was my suggestion for solving the problem, was just killing that guy. So I think it's good now. Are we? I think the problem
Is he dead?
Livia's like standing at the
He
edge of the boat.
stops in her tracks because B is not going anywhere without Russ. B's not getting on that boat until Russ gets closer to her.
I would have dealt with these Jack or Rose.
Viz is going to yell out that, like, well, that's one way to take care of it, but now they're definitely, now the idea that the landwalkers are dangerous is definitely enforced. So Viz is going to grab Russ with his consent and dive into the water and quickly try to make his way towards the ship, because now all the shark folk are like, oh, these fuckers are here to kill us all. So he's going to quickly get to the ship to get Russ onto the ship. B swims towards the ship. Everybody gets back on the ship. Viz is going to crawl up and be like, look, I understand you're heroes, and if you ever want to come back, I'll find a way to get you in. But they definitely think you guys are bad guys.
You definitely got to stop using that word. We're definitely not heroes, and we are bad guys. But we're not against your people. So,
Well,
again, we'll leave. We don't want any problems.
Allies to the kingdom, because you got rid of trespassers on our land.
Oh, yeah. I'm just, I'm sensitive to the word hero and villain. It's a
For
whole
sure.
thing. But, again, we went the wrong way. We had to come back. We didn't expect to see you again for a long time. So this is really awkward on all of our parts. But we're going to try to make a graceful exit again, this time, and go the correct way. Reptaro was presenting a random problem. We're going towards Wingding City, ideally, which we hope is points in the direction I think it is. This way.
Viz is going to give you guys a map of, like, the ocean, which has at the edge Wingding, which has the land on the side. It's not a map of the whole world. It's just a map of the ocean part, and on the side has Wingding City, Asmar Docks, Garnak, B2.
Reptaro just redeemed a random problem also.
Correct.
So that's fun.
Okay.
Damn it, Reptaro.
And I lean into Viz Priest and I go, I'm not going to think on it too hard that you didn't give us the map the first time we left, but I do appreciate it this time. So again, I bid you adieu. And, I guess he's on our ship, so I don't know if I'm bidding him adieu, but we're leaving.
I'll push him off.
Oh!
He's going to willingly jump off.
No, B pushes.
He's like, thanks for the ride.
And as we start to sail away, I'd like to go to the very end of, like, ship, I guess whatever part is still facing all of the shark people. And she pulls that shell out of the top of her head that she took from them earlier. And goes, thanks for the fish in the shell. It's been a fun time. And, like, cackles and, like, throws her head back and is like, and just stuffs it back in her head and then jumps down.
Perfect. That's
Becomes
the
a
random
point in time.
problem. Bunch of shark folk are now going to chase you.
There comes a point in time where we have to kill B, and I won't feel bad about it. But it's okay.
You
So
guys,
as Kamapa turns...
if it wasn't for y'all, y'all wouldn't have a map right now. So I think the correct answer is you're welcome.
I humbly disagree. I call it a liability, but perspective. Perspective.
Okay,
I had his number. I could have called him.
We can point fingers later. We should get these balloons up and going because we got angry water people. We'll land back down in a little bit.
Why? Livia just like pulls her sword out and she's like, I can shoot a spell like 100 feet and like just fucking decimate some shark people real quick. I get a recharge tomorrow.
It doesn't really help our cause coming back. Russ, I don't know how you murdered that guy with 2 sticks. That was impressive, but horrifying.
Ambition.
Yeah, that was really hot, babe.
Thanks.
Bognak jumps off the ship. No.
Oh, he said it!
Goodbye! All right, as the
Big
ship
picture,
turns and leaves, you see shark folk are swimming. Kamapa is faster, so they're slowly, trailing further and further behind. But they are after you. You do have a map. What do you want to do?
Hanging over the side of the ship, like...
Yeah,
she
Livia's like
pulls it
sitting
out
there
again
chilling.
and still has the shell in her hand.
Livia's just like sitting there chilling, like sniping off like fire bolts, trying to see what she can hit as we're like sailing away. Because I got like 120-foot range with that one, so I'm just like,
You're such fucking villains.
I'm gonna roll my die.
While this is happening, Morton Zhao and Penny are like fully sitting next to this barrel right here, like just like holding hands around it, taking a fucking rest, like they said they were, just like sitting down resting. And Cleonala is going between watching the front of the ship, and then she will sparsely go into the insides, and she'll vanish in there for like 10, 15 minutes, and then she'll come back out. But she's not taking a rest; she just is doing something.
Who?
Cleonile. She's the one who she's not resting currently. The two casters are. From the three. She's not being chaotic either.
All of this is going on. B is like catching up everybody in the party about everything that transpired, and at the very end, she's like, becoming the god of the shark people for a day. Give it like a 5 out of 10. Food wasn't that great, and I don't really like fucking shark people, but it was okay.
You fuck shark people, B?
Ew, hell no.
Oh.
I was about to say, Russ would get upset about that.
I was like, Jesus.
Russ will annighilate the entire shark kingdom. Anyway, I rolled my die and got Wall of Thorns behind the ship. So I'm just like behind Komapa, just gonna have a giant Wall of Thorns pop up. And just be like, stop chasing! Go away! They will murder you!
Great. It took one episode to go from great allies to the Kingdom of Vizier to arch enemies. Perfect.
That's what happens when you travel with B, girl. You know it.
What can I say except you're welcome?
All right, as you sail off, let me look at the map really fast because you're still in the ocean. Will is going to tell you it's definitely going to be a day and a half before you hit Cinder Island. And it's probably going to be 2.5 days before you hit Wemding City.
Do we know anything about Cinder Island? / can we pull the group for information about Cinder Island?
Correct.
I know I don't know anything about it.
Through all of you, including the NPCs and that militia, Cinder Island is home of the Millwest School of Magic. It's got 2 trading ports. The Cathart trading port that does Asmar Plains. For Greer that trades with Middleton. In between Cinder Island and the Asmar Plains, there's the Silver Swamps, which is the main hub of where the old Shard Mine Living Gate used to be. Cinder Island has a lot of Shard Mine trade, and that's pretty much best what it's known for, and it's kind of like a pirate hub before you get to the Asmar Plains.
The 2 things that stick out in Penny's mind are the magic school and the shard mines. Pretty sure she's heard about shard mines, and she knows they're related to Cthulhu, so she thinks that's interesting and notable.
Yeah,
and something that should be pursued when we get there. And also this magic school. Do we know if they're like? Is there anything we know about this magic school? Are they like
Heroes?
Chill? Yeah. Well, magic schools aren't hero schools, right? Those are different things.
Yeah, they're different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But does this school have like an alignment? I feel like sometimes some of these schools are spicy as fuck and not good people. Do you know anything about this school?
Everybody roll me a history check.
I'm not even gonna bother.
You're so good at intelligence.
You might be good, B.
What's your history modifier, B?
A 0, and I rolled a 19 somehow.
Hey!
But
It's pretty good.
That's pretty dope. I got a 21.
All right.
Well,
I did.
Well, all right.
Oh god, hold on.
I was smarter than Bognak for once. Who would have thought?
we literally
It
have
was,
the same
history.
intelligence.
I got a 14, Cleon I got an 18, and Morton's not relevant.
Generally, you guys can't really tell what the alignment. There's been a lot of different people with different alignments come from the school, but it is a very prestigious school. It's the only island around that doesn't. It's the only big landmass in the world that doesn't have a kingdom. It's kind of self-sufficient, but a lot of the wizards and sorcerers that have come from that school have been able to protect the island from invasion and stuff like that. So it's generally a self-sufficient school. It's very powerful. It's not really seen as evil or good, but I guess you can kind of infer it's good if it's good to its students and But then again, the whole island has like a person like slave trade, so take that what you will, because shard mines are traded. Shard mines are seen as lesser than.
They seem very about themselves, which is
and pirates camp out there too. So I would say the school doesn't really have an alignment, but literally everywhere else on the island is maybe not so trustworthy.
You know, it's a nice place to put a badass school. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge at me and Scott thinking about putting Dragontooth there. Many, many moons ago. Well, that sounds like a good bit of information. Perhaps a divide and conquer. Do you want to just stop by for a bit? Does anyone want to do anything? Anyone else have any particular standouts? Just Island. We haven't been outside in years. So
yeah, Penny. If I could talk to you for a quick second. One, I should probably avoid the pirates because I pissed a lot. Or we're friends. I don't know. I didn't have a great when I was in the astral plane. And second, when does your you didn't end your spell already, did you?
It goes off. It will automatically end after 8 hours.
So
and if we've been, I think we have an hour left because it's been 5 hours on the boat.
I know they said they're chill with you. But should we like chain them up or something beforehand, just in case they're not?
Oh, actually, she's gonna pull Rakshita and her militia because the spell is gonna wear off soon. Rakshita's kind of sworn alliance to her several times regardless of the spell, and I'm like, that's great and grand. I just want to make it absolutely clear to everyone on board that you are here by consent and not by force once the spell ends. And if you do not want to be here, I highly suggest you remove yourself at the earliest convenience of the spell ending. Otherwise, my friends will have to, suss out those who are not worthy of our trust. So please, again, we have things to do and no time for any heroes amongst us. So if you are a hero, by all means, jump off this ship. Thank you. And she will give her little announcement to them. But I will leave you all under Rakshita's command, and I will report to Rakshita. So you don't have to communicate with me at all if you don't want to. Just do your jobs.
They are all magically going to pledge allegiance to you guys. Specifically you, Penny.
B,
well, that seems good.
B, if they seem to get a little antsy, post that. Watch for my signal. We might have to remove some of them post spell.
Nods and goes, I'm ready, and then gets down on all fours and is like ready to attack it, like Penny's word.
Well, I'm down for their allegiance, but the magical allegiance, I'm like, listen, I need real, tangible allegiance too.
He turns to Penny also and says, if I've learned anything today, I've learned that I'm very good at both dividing and conquering.
I guess that is true. You did leave us for a matter of hours and become a god, so anything is possible for you.
Bognak will also ready in action if they do turn to just strike at the general immediately with the sword.
The stream lost audio, by the way.
Yeah, it'll come back.
Yeah, they just gotta reset the Twitch.
Yeah, refresh.
Refresh.
Anyways, night will fall as we are sailing on. Private Horrid will make food for everybody. It's going to be some like fish and chips that they've had in their storage crates for everyone. He will show you, he will eat it and show you that it's safe. There's no poison or anything.
My first thought, I was like,
He is fished out. B abstains from the fish and grabs the rotten rat kebab out of her head and
B, stop with this kebab.
And then
let her finish it.
Private Wiffle will ask Livia if they'd like to, join them for a moment in private.
Little Wiffle boy.
But only saying that to Livia where nobody else can hear.
And Livia looks and she verbally says, skeptically, yes.
It's going to kind of lead you back to inside the ship where, it's just you two. And he kind of just wants to get to know you more and ask you your story.
Oh.
What do you want to know, big boy? I'm not one to just go around and like spill all my business and everything, especially being a very wanted woman.
Private Whiffle is a young half-elf male, and tells you that you are the most beautiful woman he has ever seen in his entire life.
In the distance, Penny yells, "Rude!"
You can't hear this. Shut up. You can't hear any of this. And he's tried to hold on to his professionalism, but he's at his wit's end because there's just something about you that he just can't contain it anymore. And he doesn't know how to say this, but he wants to devour you.
Well, see, the thing is, I'm a lot to eat. And at that point, Livia's going to cast Mirror Image, so 3 more of her appear around him. Just like, total waifu, like, kawaii energy, just like
Clone
around,
jutsu.
like, stroking. Yeah. It's Naruto's, like, sexy clone jutsu, essentially, is what I'm pulling on this half-elf boy right now. Some harem shit, like, give it to me, daddy.
He is going to tell you that even though he's a private, he knows a lot about Summit. And he's very aware that Cthulhu is probably going to destroy a lot of things in this world. And he's even heard General Rakshita say that this could be the end. And even though the spell has ended, and they all are aware that they were under a spell, they're all still thinking whether or not they're doing the right thing. They're aware that you guys are villains that were in training. But he doesn't fucking care because he's absolutely obsessed with you. And if you can do things for him, he can give you inside information, but he wants protection from you. With protection by you, excuse me.
Do you just want my word that I'll keep you safe in the end? Is that what it is? As I'm like stroking his face with one finger.
He's a virgin and he doesn't want to be anymore.
Well, we'll take this step by step and I'll handle that first. I'm much better at talking afterwards.
Shall he shut the door?
Leave it cracked.
Inside
Let 'em
somebody.
Get cracked.
Let's just say for every good thing you do for him, he'll explain one detail about Summit.
Well, good, because I'm about to make 1,000 happen.
As the door closes, you hear up top, Russ is like, I don't like that they're taking our room.
We go kick him out of it? You think that would be fun?
No. Fair is fair.
Sharing
Plus,
is caring.
The open air is kind of one big room.
Wrong.
Hold on, I gotta do something.
He's going to walk over to Bognak.
Bognak, look, earlier you were asking if we were best friends, and I said no, and honestly, B doesn't even want me to talk to you. But I'm starting to feel bad for you. Is there anything I can do for you?
Not if you're just doing it out of pity, bud.
Oh, okay, never mind then. And that's where we're going to end the episode tonight.
And this is an all-time low for Bognak. And Bognak has killed himself in
Just
this.
got dissed by Russ Quinn, boy.
We will come back next time for episode 32, making our way towards Cinder Island, I think. We'll make it a
Cinder
short
Island,
episode
yeah.
tonight. We're all pretty tired. I'm pretty sick. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you had a good time. What a weird fucking episode. We'll be back for episode 32. Guys, anything you want to say before we close?
I think
We're
I just
figuring
found
it the
the
fuck out.
boyfriend.
Don't kill him.
To those of you who are at the start, I'm so sorry you had to watch my journey trying to avoid breaking and entering charge on
Sad
the
the cops didn't show up.
Airbnb I was trying to get into. There were supposed to be people here already. It was hectic. Thank you for your patience. And thank you for
Bye,
your
everybody.
stream as well.
Good night.